Here's an easy strategy that wins when you roll that 0.7 out.
Welcome to my new viewers. To my subscribers, welcome back. My name is Mike. This is my channel where I look at, review, and try different craps strategies. Thanks for joining.
Hey everyone, it's Mike. Welcome back to my channel. So I want to continue with my don't bet and don't come strategies. These are basic strategies just to learn how the don't pass and don't come bets work. I remember a strategy from a while back, maybe a year or so ago, where a strategy that used both the don't pass and the don't come. And I found it. I dug around for it and I found it. Colorup had it, and Colorup actually gave credit to Crappy the Crapsman, and he also tried this strategy. So I'm going to try it for you today. The way this strategy works, it's very simple. You basically set yourself a limit of 4 bets or 4 chips per shooter. Now that's easy to do if you're at the table, because you can just put 4 chips out in front of you and you'll know how many chips are in play, how many chips you've lost, or how many chips you've won. On the bubble craps, it might be a little different, but the thought process is use 4 chips per shooter, and your goal here is to get 4 bets on the table at the same time. And it's the very first bet that you want to do is a don't pass bet. So this is a good strategy that you can use if you want to be the shooter. So let me go ahead and get set up real quick. I'll show this at a $500 table with turbo mode on. And I'm going to use green chips as my chip denomination. So I will put 1 chip in the don't pass and I'll be the shooter. So we just rolled a 5. So the puck's going to move to the 5. So I am betting against the 5. A 7, I will win this bet. If a 5 rolls, I lose this bet. Now I want to establish 2 come bets. So we're going to put 1 chip in the come and we're going to roll. There's a 4. So this come bet moves to the 4. I now follow it up with another come bet. Now if a 7 rolls right here, again 7, I win against the 5, so I win the don't pass. 7 and 11 win this come bet, and I would lose the bet that moved to the 4. Okay, so I want 1 more come bet in place before I make my final chip bet. And it's an 8, so that come bet moves to the 8. Now my last bet is going to be 25 or 1 chip in the don't come. Okay, I think this is where Jeremy said you're most vulnerable, because you will lose these 2 bets. You will lose the don't come if a 7 rolls, and you will win the no 5, the bet against the 5. So this is the most, every strategy has a vulnerability. This is the vulnerability. But what we want to do is get through this roll. Okay, it's a 6. So the don't come now moves behind the 6. So now I have 2 bets on the 4 and on the 8, against the 6 and against the 5. And now I just roll because I've got my 4 bets in place. You basically want 4 chips per shooter in play. Okay, so let's just roll. We will roll until we hit a 7 out. So if we lose one of these bets, we just leave it down. We continue to roll until we 7 out. And there's a 7 out. So let's look at that. So 7 out. We lose our 2 bets that moved to the 4 and to the 8. Those bets we lose. But we win the no 5 against the 5 and behind the 6. So that's a wash. Okay, so I don't know if you're the type of bettor that gets bored very easily, but this is a grind. This is a strategy that wins slowly, but it could also lose slowly. So let's go ahead and try it again. That's shooter 1. We rolled 5 times. We did not hit the point. We ended up with a net 0 profit. Or another way is to say we didn't lose anything with that shooter. So let's go ahead and go to the next shooter. We have $25 in the don't pass. Let's go ahead and roll. Okay, there's a 10. The puck moves to the 10. We're betting against the 10. We're betting that a 7 rolls before a 10. We're now going to put a 1 chip in the come. There's a 7 out. Let's look at that. So we bet against the 10. So we won on the don't pass. And the come bet wins on 7-11. So this is a point 7 out. We made the point. The point was a 10. And the very next roll was a 7 out. People hate rolling 0.7 outs because they usually put their money on the pass line or the don't pass bet. And they get a point, and then they load up their bets. And then if you roll a 7 right away, you lose everything. Here, we win. So this is a good strategy. If you're seeing a lot of 0.7 outs rolled, this would be a good strategy to try. But that yielded us $50 for that roller. Let's go ahead, get our next shooter out. $25 on the don't pass. Let's get a point. Okay, the point is a 5. We're going to move the puck to the 5. We are betting against the 5 with this bet. Let's put a 1 chip bet in the come. There's a 4. This bet will move to the 4. Now we want another bet in the come. And this bet moves to the 9. Now we place our 4th bet for this shooter in the don't come. Let's go ahead and roll. Okay, the don't come loses on 7-11. So we have to replace, well, normally we would not replace this because we have used our 4 bets. So we would leave that alone. On a bubble craps, you have to keep track of how many bets you've lost so far. So I'm going to leave it off and we'll keep rolling. So there's a 4. So that bet comes down. And I win $25. So now I should have a $25 chip in front of me that I can bet, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and put that back in the come. And there's our 7 out. Let's look at that. We lose on our bet that moved to the 9. We win against the 5, 7 against the 5, and then 7 and 11 win in the come. So we won 50 and lost 25. We ended up winning $25 for that roller, for that shooter. So let's go ahead and go to the next shooter. $25 in the don't pass. It's a 10. The puck moves to the 10. We're going to bet against the 10. This $25 is against the 10. Let's put a $25 bet in the come. The come bet wins on 7 and 11. It loses on 2, 3, and 12. We win. So now we have, if you think about it, we now have 5 chips available for this shooter. And you just have to figure out a way to keep track of that. We have 5. 2 are in play. We still have 3 to go. Okay? So let's go ahead and roll and get this come bet to move to a number. Okay, this bet's now going to move to the 6. Let's put another bet in the come. It's a 4, so this bet will move to the 4. And now our 4th bet will be a don't come bet. And remember, I still have 1 winning chip available for the shooter. Okay, that's a 4. That wins us $25. And the don't come travels behind the 4. Okay, so now I have a don't pass, 1 come bet that moved to the 6, and 1 don't come bet that moved behind the 4. So we want to put another come bet out. We want 2 come bets. We want 1 don't pass, 1 don't come, and 2 come bets. So we need to put a come bet out. This is the part you just got to kind of keep track of. And there's an 8. So now I have my 4 bets in play. I'm just going to roll. And remember, I have 2 chips available for me for this roller, for this shooter. There's a 4. So I lost that $25, but I still have another $25 chip I can use. So I'm going to put 25 in the don't come. And we rolled the point. So on the point, we lose the don't pass. So now I have 3 bets. I still have one $25 chip available for me. The puck is off. I'm going to go ahead and just put it in the don't pass. There's a 3. This wins on 2-3. It loses on 7-11. So that's a $25 win. Okay, there's a 10. So we lost the bet behind the 10. Our puck moved to the 10. Now we're betting against the 10 here. Okay, and I think we've used up all of our chips. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue to roll. Okay, there's a 6. That bet comes down and gets paid. And now I have a $25 chip that I can bet. I'm going to bet the come. And there's a 5. So that come bet moves to the 5. I'm going to go ahead and roll. There's a 6. I don't have the 6 now. There's an 8. That bet comes down and gets paid. I'm going to go ahead and replenish the bet in the come. There's a 4. That come bet will move to the 4. So now I'm going to win if a 4 or a 5 rolls or a 7 rolls. I'll win this bet. I lose on a 10. There's an 8. There's a 5. So I've won another 25. I think now I have enough. I can go ahead and replenish the come and the don't come. So there's a 6. So this come bet moves to the 6. I can now put one bet in the don't come. I'm thinking if it gets too complicated and you can't remember how many bets you've actually got, you're playing bubble craps, just try to keep 4 bets in play. I might just try that strategy. Just keep 4 bets in play at all times. Okay, the bet on the 4 comes down and gets paid. The bet on the don't come moves behind the 4. And I need a second come bet. Okay, there's a 9. Now that come bet moves to the 9. Now I have 4 bets in play. I'm just going to roll. And what you're hoping for is you're hoping to hit a 6 or a 9 before a 7. So there I hit the 6. That's a $25 win. Now if I hit a 7, I will win my don't 10, the bet behind the 10 or against the 10, and the bet behind the 4. I'll win those and I'll lose the bet on the 9. That's if a 7 comes out. There's a 4. Now we had a bet behind the 4, so we lose that. So I'm going to go ahead and replace that because I have a $25 win right before that. Okay, that come bet goes to the 8. I'm going to go ahead and roll. There's a 4. Now, what did I just say? Let's just not worry about how many chips you're up or down. Let's just keep 4 bets working. So I've got 2 come bets, 1 don't pass. I need a don't come. Okay, there's a 6. That don't come moves behind the 6. Now, I want an 8 or a 9 to roll before 7. A 7, there'll be a break even. But I want to make a little bit. Oh, there's a 7. Okay, 7's a break even. Let's look at that. We lose our 2 bets that moved from the come up to the 8 and the 9. We win the against the 10 on the don't pass, and we win behind the 6. So that's a wash. We won 50, we lost 50. Okay? So I'm at 39 rolls. Let's go one more shooter. $25 in the don't pass. Let's go ahead and get a point. Okay, there's a 6. Puck moves to the 6. This time we're just going to try to keep 4 bets in play. $25 in the come. There's a 3. We lose that. Go ahead and replace it. There's a 9. This bet moves to the 9. Another bet in the come. And there's a 7 out. We win $25. Okay, that was pretty quick. It was only 4 rolls. Let's just do one more shooter. There's a 9. Puck moves to the 9. We're betting against the 9. 25 in the come. There's a 6. That come bet moves to the 6. Another bet in the come. There's a 4. That bet moves to the 4. Now our last bet is in the don't come. We don't want a 7 here. There's an 8. So that bet moves behind the 8. So now I have my 4 bets in play. I'm just going to roll. Okay, there's a win. Since I won 25, I can replace the come. There's a loss. Replace that. Did I replace it? I guess I didn't. Replace that. There's a 5. Now I have my 2 come bets, my don't pass, and my don't come. Don't have a 4. There's a 7 out. Oh, I'm sorry. That's an 8. That was the number that we had a bet behind the 8. We rolled the 8. We lost that $25. So let's replace that don't come. We're just going to roll till we hit a 7. There's a 6. Let's put another bet in the come. There's a 5. This moves to the 5. This is down and back up, off and back on, whatever you want to call it. We won $25 on it. There's a 3. We lose. Let's replace that. Another 3. Oh, I forgot to take the... Okay. And there's the 7 out. So let's go ahead and take this down and take a look at this. I think I thought I clicked in the come, but it did not put a bet there. So I got lucky and I won $25 on that 7 out. So we are at 58 rolls. Kind of a boring, slow buildup of chips, but also it's a slow loss of chips. And the thing I really like about it is this is a good strategy if you're seeing a lot of 0.7 outs being rolled. So we ended up $175 in the green. Our progression distribution, our roll distribution looks fairly normal, except the 4 was way above what it should be. And 7 was just under. Other than that, it looks pretty normal. So this is a good strategy. I think it'll teach you the differences between the don't come and the don't pass. You'll use your come bets to kind of offset those. And as long as you can get 4 bets in play, you should do pretty good. If you only get to 2 bets in play and then you roll 7 out, 0.7 out, you're okay. So that's what we're going to do for our strategy today. Jeremy from Colorup called it the go-to winning crap session. He said he didn't think the Craps Man actually gave it a name, but I have both of their links here, and I'll try to put those in the comments and pin those so that they stay at the top, so you can go out and watch them roll it. But that's it for today. Hope everyone had a good day, had a good week, and as always, thanks for watching.
Hey guys, if you made it this far, please check out these other craps related channels.